Thompson. Check. Butler. Check. Butler.
36C 076.
Check.
35C 031.
Tally. 750 precincts out of 830. For mayor, Timothy Butler continues to lead with a total of
The party's given him another good licking.
42. Thompson's headquarters have conceded a Butler victory.
How does it feel to be mayor, Tim?
To tell the truth, I never thought I'd be elected.
With the party behind you? How could you miss?
You seem quite confident in the party.
Politics is another type of the show business. We picked you because, as a young attorney, you had color. That Spencer case alone proved to me that you were a showman.
Believe it or not, I took Mrs. Spencer's case against the Mortgage Loan Syndicate because she had no money, and they were trying to take her property. That property was everything she had in the world.
Well, got a lot of publicity. Made you a public character. The champion of the underdog. That's what the people like. Hello?
Hello, Gorman? It's Regan.
Hello, Regan. Yeah, how are you?
Well, we won. Yeah. Thompson's headquarters just phoned admitting defeat.
Yeah, we just got it over the radio. Pretty sweet, eh?
I'll say so. Oh, have you seen Butler?
Yeah, Tim's up here with me now. Are you coming up?
No. No, I've got to pay off some of the boys.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning. Miss Regan wanted to tell me that Thompson's manager just phoned our headquarters admitting defeat.
You know, it wouldn't break my heart if I didn't see too much of Regan.
Regan? He's one of the best party managers in the country. He knows where all the bodies in the state are buried and who buried them.
Just a professional politician.
Well, now, where do you think this country would be without politicians? Do you think that the average citizen would take time off to help run the country?
There are many who would.
All the average citizen thinks about is making money. He's got no time for politics. He'd rather let the other fellow worry about running the country, as long as he has a place to sleep and something to eat.
Well, I'll admit it looks that way at times.
It's always that way. As long as the party keeps its nose clean and doesn't get too rough, the average citizen doesn't care what happens to the government.
I have a feeling they're about ready to wake up.
Well, you'll soon get rid of feeling sorry for a bunch of sheep.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, my boy, there's one thing you can brag about. You're the youngest mayor ever elected to office in this city.
To say nothing of the best looking.
Hello, Sylvia. I thought you were tired of election returns.
Oh, I've been listening to them in my room. And I want to be the first to congratulate His Honor, Timothy Butler, the choice of the people.
Thanks.
Choice of the people? Ha! The old machine makes them choose right every time.
Sounds as though looks and youth had little to do with it, Sylvia. It was the old machine.
Pay no attention to Dad. His very soul is constructed on party politics.
Well, I'd like to see anybody elected in this city without the party.
Excuse me, Mr. Butler. Here are the statements you dictated.
Let me look at those.
It was awfully nice of you to come out here and work tonight, Ellen. And allow me to tell you that you are now secretary to His Honor the Mayor.
Oh, you were elected?
Mm-hmm.
I knew you'd win.
Daddy.
Huh? Wait a minute. Tim.
Yes?
I'd tone this down a bit if I were you. You don't have to make any promises now. You're elected. This stuff about cleaning up the town is all right before election. But don't make any more promises. You might have to live up to them.
Oh, what if I do?
Oh, well, a gesture or two is all right, good, even necessary. But we can't afford to antagonize the men who put us into office. However, I'll talk that over with you some other time. Now, what's on your mind?
How would you like to have a mayor for a son-in-law?
Huh? I've seen this coming for some time. Fits right in line with the party. Haven't I already one son-in-law in the Senate?
Well, if that's all, Mr. Butler, I think I'll be going.
Why, certainly. You must be tired. I'll drop you off myself. I really should be going, too.
Oh, don't go yet, Tim. I'll send Miss Manning in with George.
There's no need for anyone to take me. My car's outside. I'll see you at the office tomorrow, Mr. Butler.
Yes. You needn't drop in until afternoon, Ellen.
Thank you.
Good night, dear. And thanks a lot.
Good night.
Hey, come on up here. You're making me nervous. Don't be walking behind me. Come on. Hey, we gotta get sober. Now, you get me? Good. Let's have a drink, huh? What's that, Ellen? A new expression?
No, merely an opinion. What are you doing, Charlie, outside of drinking?
Well, you're not insinuating that I'm a drinker, are you?
No insinuation. But I can honestly say I think you're one of the worst drinkers I know.
And for years, I've been thinking I'm one of the best.
Best or worst. I still don't ever remember having seen you sober.
Never. Never use that word sober. You know, for years, I've gone to bed with that mortal fear that I might awaken sober and not recognize most of my friends.
Being sober is not all that'll change your recognition of things. Try going into politics.
Listen, gal, one of the first lessons for a secretary is not to fall in love with the boss. No, sir. Let him fall in love with you.
That's not my squawk. Tim's too smart a man to sell out to a bunch of dirty politicians.
Well, if all this is dirt, little Charlie's going to duck that Saturday night bath.
Don't worry about it, Charlie. See you in the morgue.
You see me in the... Hey, Pat. Hey, Slug. Turn it off before you break it, will you? Get your camera set up back here. Wait a minute now. Now wait. I got it. Get it all set here now. What? No rabbits? Well, get your flashlight fixed. More. Let's see. All right. Now put it behind your back and we'll go over and knock on the door. Now, when the butler comes, I'll say I want to interview the new mayor. And when Tim shows up, bing, let him have it. Okay? Did you get the picture? Oh, that's swell. Come on, let's go.
Since I have been in office, I've been the happiest of my life. I have experienced a distinct pleasure in being able to rid this city of some of the corruption for which it has been nationally famous.
Nuts.
Well?
I thought you said he was the right guy.
Oh, he'll be all right, Regan. All he needs is a little handling.
I'll say he needs a little handling. There's only one way to handle a guy like that. Get me?
Now, keep your shirt on, Regan. This'll work out all right. You know, he's engaged to Sylvia.
Say, you'd better show this guy who he's working for quick or he'll be taking the play away from you. I know the symptoms. You'd better let me handle this my way.
Now...
I tell you, I know what I'm doing. You don't suppose that I've kept this party in office for 10 years with kid gloves, do you?
All right, Regan, if you think it's bad...
I know it's best. This guy is starting to rat on us. I've always told you, Gorman, when you put a man in office to have a definite understanding with him. Garfield, 8345. Hereafter, Gorman, you better stick your own end. You get the sugar and I'll run the show. And if I don't run the show, all your sugar ain't going to keep you out of the can with the rest of the sardines.
All right. Do it your own way.
Oh, Bud, this Regan. Yeah. Meet me at the City Hall in half an hour. Yeah, we got to convince a guy. Right.
What has been done is only the beginning. I intend to smoke all these rats of political graft out into the open where they can be properly exterminated. In conclusion, on this 50th anniversary of the birth of our city, let us pray that the next 50 years will see the death of all political Judases and the birth of a new civic government that the entire nation can point to with pride.
I said everything I had to say in the speech, boys.
You really mean all you said?
I certainly do. You fellas never give credit to a man elected to office for integrity, do you?
I'd hardly say that.
Haven't my actions in the last 3 months shown I mean what I say?
If you continue as you have been doing, there can be no doubt as to your integrity.
You know, Mr. Mayor, the papers can hardly be blamed for suspecting the changes you've made might not be mere gestures.
What we want to know is, do you intend to remove Schaefer from the Board of Public Works?
I have asked for Mr. Schaefer's resignation, and I mean it.
Gee, that was a great speech, Mr. Butler.
Thanks. Were you out there?
No, I was listening to it on the radio.
I see. Pretty, aren't they?
Oh, they're lovely. See, I just had to open them.
Anyone been in?
No. Charlie phoned. He wants them exclusive for his paper.
Was he sober?
Well, I didn't talk to him long enough to smell his breath.
I'll bet he wasn't. You know, I knew Charlie in college. He was the finest quarterback you ever saw give a signal.
Well, from what he tells me, you weren't so bad yourself.
You always liked football, didn't you?
Still do. Remember when we used to sneak away from the law office and go to the games on Saturdays?
Leave some client swearing at us. We had a lot of good times together, didn't we?
I'll never forget them.
Anybody else phone?
Oh, yes. Sylvia called. Wants you to remember her party tonight.
I almost forgot. It's her birthday.
Does she still have them?
What's that?
Well, I mean, with the depression and everything, hardly anyone has birthdays now.
Look, Ellen, you can help me. You're a girl.
Oh, who's been telling you?
No, I'm serious. I'll have to get a gift for Sylvia. And maybe you could suggest something?
Personally, I'd get her a rope.
A rope?
Sure, a rope of pearls.
Don't be silly. I'm no millionaire. I can't be buying anything I want.
Sylvia Gorman can.
Now, look here, Ellen. Sylvia is a mighty fine girl. Besides, she and her father have been very good to me.
Well, now you listen to me. I've been your secretary for 5 years, and I know you like a book. If you intend to live on your salary as mayor, you'd better not entertain the idea of marrying a millionaire's daughter.
We won't go into that.